everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday. I do not know why, but I was thinking it was Sunday and that I didn't start till 6 o'clock, even though I scheduled it for 7. I am so sorry. We are packing and getting ready to go, and I'm so sorry. I feel so terrible. I decided to flip on my YouTube while I was getting ready, and I was like, wow, there's so many people messaging. And then I saw that it said it's waiting for me to come live, and I was like, oh no. So I apologize. Completely my fault. Oh, I'm glad. Leslie, you are so welcome. Hi, Robin. Oh my gosh, you guys, I felt terrible. Yay, I'm glad you guys have this set. Ooh, Marcia, big storm. You know, it was raining like crazy last night, like super crazy. I mean, not raining, windy, super windy. And tonight it's just raining, but I guess it's going to be quite the storm that we're getting. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. Thank you so much, you guys. I will go back and read messages. I am going to just double check here. Jean, guess what? You beat me today. Yay. Deborah, you were in plenty of time. That's why I was waiting. Oh my goodness. I was tardy. Somebody text me. If that is the case, just text me because I totally spaced. Hi, Tashana. Oh, you're having one now, Marcia. Ooh, that's crazy. Hi, Holly. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. Please forgive me. I am so sorry. I don't know. You know, I guess I should probably make my times the same time because I just was... Okay, so Jean, this stamp set is called Happy Birthday to You. It is retired. It was a celebration item. So I'm pretty sure everybody can probably still find them somewhere because celebration items, you know, people get so many of them. So this is the set. It's just a beautiful set. Absolutely beautiful. Now, this I believe was one of the sets that we later on dies came along. So we have dies in here too, and this is the dies. And I believe this was one of those add-on group of dies. So that is where the dies came from. So I just love this set, especially once dies came out. So you probably can still find it somewhere. All right, so we're going to use that. We are also using that Happiness Abounds. I really liked the congratulations. It was perfect. I didn't feel the need to put it on the front of my card because I really liked just the way the card ended up looking. And so I'm going to give you a little detail on why I went with the card and how I went with it. And so you guys can kind of get an idea. Hello. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Debbie. I know I am super excited about going to see my granddaughter, but it is like below 16 at night. I don't do that very well. We're staying at an Airbnb, so the heat will be cranked. I need to dress super warm. My husband's like, oh, are you just going to take a carry-on or are you going to take a suitcase? And I'm like, I need my full suitcase so I can get all my warm stuff. But we're driving, so we can at least fill up the car with everything. So, yeah. It's a crazy day. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Mary Kay. Welcome. So let me go over some quick things super quick because I'm late. We are going to have an April class. The class is going to be Irresistible Blooms. Registration is open. There are a few ways to do the class, and I want to, I'm going to make it a product class. So what I'm going to do is, if you purchase the suite from me, it's not available yet for customers, so it's $74.50. And so if you purchase a suite from me, the class is free. But don't forget to register. You must register, so I have your name and your address and all of that stuff. And that kind of gives me my idea of, you know, who's going to be in the class and how many I have. So if you can do that. And then otherwise, if you already have it, you are welcome to purchase anything else from my store, which is my Stampin' Up. So just go to Stampin' Up under my me as a demonstrator, and for $74.50. And then that will also get you the class for free. But please, again, register. In the notes section, just say, I'm going to be purchasing the kit from you. I'm registering. That way I know you understand and what's going on. I feel like I thought I had 15 minutes still. Okay, snowing in Oregon, merrily. That's where I'm going. We're leaving tomorrow morning. So it takes us about 11 hours to get to my daughter's house. So we're going to be, it'll probably take longer with the weather, but right, Deborah, I'm ready for some warmth. So anyway, that's what my Irresistible Blooms class will be. I am finishing my bingo cards today. Yay, I'm glad. I hope you like them. I am also getting ready for my March bingo. I've already created 3 of the 4 projects. 2 will be fancy fold cards. I'm super excited about these cards. You know, it's funny because sometimes I'll create something and I'm like, no, not good enough for bingo. And then I'll create something else and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this for a video. And then I'm like, no, I'm going to put this in bingo. And so I kind of like, you know, switch it. Rain ran into snow coming home on 99. From where, Stephanie? Where were you? From Fresno to Madera? Oh, 80. Virginia Beach. I want 80. I was out. I did walk out today. It was sunny today. I walked out into my yard and I sat in my chair because it was pretty sunny. And so I sat there for like 3 minutes, maybe 5. And then I was like, okay, that's enough, because it was so warm, but it was windy, and not as windy as it is now, but it was windy. Oh, wow. We don't see snow down here very often, but it's cold out there, so I believe it. All right, so yeah. If I'm ever late like this, just text me and say, if the people have my number, just say, where are you? Because I feel terrible. Okay, one other thing, let's see, I've got class, I did bingo, and let's see, oh, the golden ticket, any orders through me through the end of February, $75 or more, everybody gets a thank you card when they order from me. At the end of the month, I do thank you cards and I send them out. And then in one of those cards, I'm going to be putting a golden ticket. And I'm going to put it in the package in one of the envelopes. I'm going to mix them up, then label them all up and send it out. So I don't know who it will be. So when you get your ticket, please take a picture with your ticket so that I know you are the winner of the $50. And so what you'll do is shop in my store. You'll get $50 off. I'll invoice you for the difference, and voila, you're a winner. But a cold front coming in later. You know, Texas is really funny, Jackie. Our upline is in Texas, and it's kind of funny that like one day it'll be crazy, and then the next day it's hot. And then it'll be windy, and then it snowed. She showed me snow out her window, and I'm like, wasn't it like 70 last week? It's kind of crazy. The middle of a big fat blizzard, supposed to be 16 inches. Oh, 3 degrees here and snowstorm. Been going on for 2 days and continuing tomorrow. Southwest Minnesota. Boy. Okay, so I am feeling a little bad that I'm going to be in cold weather, but that's a lot of snow. Well, I'll take pictures, and we're going for my granddaughter's birthday party. She's going to be 8. Oh, I packed the birthday card. Darn it, I will get a picture of it, and I'll show it to you guys. I forgot again. Anyway, let's see. I think that's about it. Of course, the join special. I'll talk to you at the end about that. So if you are interested in joining, I would love to have you on my team, and I'll give some details about that at the end of the video. So let's get started. Again, thank you so much for being patient. For those of you that did the rain or shine class, this is how you will see the video, because obviously you can hear I'm still sick, but I am 95% better than I was yesterday. Yesterday, I had to record it because I had a service person come today, and I thought he's going to come right in the middle of my video. I just know it. So I decided to do it yesterday, which I wish I would have done it today, but that's okay. You guys will make it through. Look how pretty that is. There, I just love this. So the iridescent rhinestones, I did the 4 flowers. I put some Wink of Stella on the flowers too. So let's see if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. But, and then I added just 3 more around the outside just to kind of, you know, it is a wedding card. I don't care how thick it is or how, you know, much is on it, because I'm going to be giving them the card with their gifts. So I absolutely love this. So here was the part of, let me see, I think this was not the save the date. This was part of the invitation. So the part of it, I mean, it had the greenery on it. This is the darker part on the back. It's more of an artichoke color, the artichoke color we used to have. And so when I saw this, I was thinking, all right, Forever Fern was my first thought. So then I pulled out my old paper, which, by the way, I was thinking of doing Forever Fern in Bingo, but I'm not going to do it without paper because it's all stamps and dies for the leaves, but there's really nothing else. So I don't want you guys to have that set. So I try to make it to where it's, you know, a little easier for you guys. So I'm debating on that set. I don't know if that's going to work. But anyway, so I was going to do Evening Evergreen for the base. And then I was going to do Soft Succulent for this. And then I was like, hello, I have that sparkle, that fine shimmer paper. So I wanted to do that for sure, okay? So, and like I said, I'll show you the sentiment I was thinking of putting on the top. And let me get my goodies out because I didn't have a chance to do that. I have my markers. I'll tell you what color those are when we get there. And we used the Forever Fern embossing folder on the contour scallop die. Oh, I think I forgot to write the contour scallop and the supplies, but that's okay. I did have a sentiment right here. I kind of did. And I liked the cursive. I liked that it was smaller, not, you know, because some of them are so big. But I didn't want to cover up the gold. I didn't want to put it over the flower. And I was like, well, where am I going to put this? So I was tucking it under the leaves. I was doing all kinds of things like this. And then I was like, no, I love this just like it is. So I'm not going to add that sentiment. So I added it on the inside. So I thought, you know, obviously this is a wedding cake. To me, that was enough. So I decided, forget that. I also thought of adding the soft succulent ribbon. I'm just laughing about being late. I just can't believe it. But I chose not to because there really wasn't a place for it. I liked the softness of everything. So didn't do that either. So let's just get started. I don't know if I told you. Yeah, I did. Happiness abounds. Congratulations. Happy birthday to you. The cake. And then the dies I have. All right. And then our 3 folders. So we'll just set that aside. Oh, goodness. All right. So what we're going to do is let's do our inside. I took just a strip and I was going to do the green on the other side because it has like a variegation. Let's see if it shows on this. Yeah, see how it has like different tones and everything. So I thought of using that on the background, and then I thought, yeah, no, I'm just going to use, because I like these really pretty little leaves. So I'm like, I'm going to do that. Oh, my runner is out. Okay, so grab another one. That's why you must have multiples of these ready to go. All right, so we're going to add this on here. I just love the Forever Fern. Oh, this isn't Forever Fern paper. This is the Eden paper. 2 too short. What happened? 4. Oh, I put this in directly. That's why. Okay, so we're just going to take this. We're just going to do this. So this is that Eden paper I was talking about. Well, I was thinking Forever Fern, but no. So the Eden paper is just a lot of the, remember this was our pre-order, our like sneak peek early release, and it's got a lot of really pretty papers in here. And I wanted it light and airy, so I chose this one. So let me just cut a little piece off here. I've got to do my 4 inches here. I'm batting 1,000 today. All right. Ta-da! Oh, look. Perfect. All right, so see, this is one of the lighter sections of that paper. There we go. And we're going to put that right down here. All right, and then we're going to take our gold, of course. We need to finish that up. Boy, I'm glad YouTube waited. I didn't know if it would wait. I was like, oh, I got to hurry up and sign on because it's going to kick me off. All right. So let's put our glue on here. And of course, again, this is the fine shimmer gold paper, which I just ordered more of because I just love it. And I was going to do the green. I was going to do the soft succulent shimmer paper on here too, but it worked out that I didn't really, I liked it in the gold better. And I was going to do both, but I thought this was enough. I'm not going to add another piece under there because number one, I'm running out of gold. I don't have very much. So I decided I'm going to put the white in there just to keep it that crisp kind of look. So we'll add this right here. All right. All right, so that's the inside. The outside, we can go ahead and do our first 2 layers. So here, now, really, I could have taken this and cut it out of here and these, but I didn't because I don't know why, but I was on a roll, I guess, and kept going. And so, you know, you could do this because you're going to put a panel up on top of that. You're not even going to know anyway. So I could have went through and, you know, taken those out there, but I didn't. So let's go ahead and add that. Well, I was in here working on my 4th card for bingo. And, or I should say a card that I'm thinking will be bingo because that's kind of how I do it. So I was just la la la, doing my thing, watching TV. My husband's packing. Are we taking this? Are we taking that? He's popping in. Are we doing this? Are we doing that? What's for dinner? That kind of thing. And he didn't even say, aren't you supposed to be doing a video right now? Because I said, oh yeah, 6 o'clock. Oh, okay. All right, so then here's the fern embossing folder. I already took the scallop contour and made this up ready to go. And basically what I do when I do the contours is, I mean, these are my go-to. I love them, love them, love them. I go and pull them out and then just kind of figure out which size you want. What size looks good. I had another one over here. No, I think this is the same, yeah. But there's a larger one too. And you could just kind of, you know, decide. I really wanted to see a lot of the leaves. And then I knew the cake would fit on here. So I was good with this one. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to put all of these up here for now. And we're going to do some stamping. So what I did is I needed 3 pieces of paper. Okay, so I have a whole stack stack of paper over here. And we're going to get our black ink, and we're going to do 3 of them. Oh, Sherry, that's awesome. Did you just get it right now? Did you go find it? Smart girl. I used to have a bunch on my shop. I don't know if I still do. You guys can check on my store, but I don't know. All right, let's see. We're going to go this way. All right, we're going to go. And I like to just press it down for a bit, hold it, and then voila. Let's see if we can put another one on here. Let's try. Because we are cutting it out, but one of them we're just cutting the flowers out, okay? Well, 2 of them we're just cutting the flowers out. So if this doesn't fit, we can make it work still. I'm going to do it this way because I need to see over here. And I'm going to go right there. If it's too close, that's okay because we can. Sherry, you're so smart. We can, we just need one of the flowers. So that's going to work fine. And then we're going to need one more. And this will be our main cake. So just get it all inky. I just love this set. Again, it's called Happy Birthday to You, and it was a celebration set. All right, and now I'm just going to do this one long way, just because why not? Oh, that's okay, Sherry. I'm not sure if I do or not. I did at one time. I had quite a few of them. All right. All right, so now I'm just going to wipe that off real quick. We are going to do some coloring. So let's do coloring over here first. Well, let's do this one. We're going to do our cake. So the colors that I have, and one of the things I forgot to do, and I always tell you should do it, is stamp your inside before you add it. Well, you know, it's kind of my day. All right, so we're going to use light evening evergreen. We're going to use the light and dark soft succulent. We are going to use the light and dark petal pink. And we are going to use number 1000. I like 1000. It's a soft pink. I like it for cheeks, inside of like bunny's ears, inside, you know, on little characters or animals, little cheeks for little characters, whatever. So I like that. So I wanted to do it on the cake. So we're going to take our dark petal pink first. And when you open these, make sure you open them not over your project, because sometimes you get little drips of alcohol. I didn't just now, but I did last night. And, yesterday. And I'm just going to go just on the darker part of the cake. And I don't know why I do this first, because sometimes I tend to come back in again when I use such light colors, but this is how I do it. I'm just going to do a light. I'm going to go down the side. You don't really see that much. Don't worry about the plate, because your gold is going to cover that up. So don't worry about that. Ooh, I'm going to bring this in. See if that helps you guys. Okay. So now we did the cake. It looks like it's all done. I'm not doing any shading under the flowers or anything like that, because they're going to be covered up. Let me do this here. They're going to be covered up by your image. Okay. I have to tell you, I'm looking on TV, and this card, it just does it doesn't do justice. It kind of looks washed out on the screen, but in person, it's just so vibrant. I mean, it's like really colorful. Okay, so now you're going to take your 1000, and I'm going to start up here with the bullet, because we're kind of in between here with your flowers. And this color will lighten up, so don't worry about that. Just kind of get your cake in here, which is kind of funny, because this is way lighter than, pinker than I was thinking it was last night. But that's okay. If it ends up being pink, that's all right. We'll figure it out. We can fix it. We can lighten it. But I think this is the color I used. I wonder if I used the pale. Now look at me. Don't be surprised. Today has just been... Okay, let's look. I really think that was the color I used because the light is too light. That's too orange, so that wasn't it. It's got to be this one. All right, so it'll lighten up. My husband must have forgot I had a video too because he just walked in. And then he looked like, oh, you're on video? All right, so we're just going to go. Yeah, see, it'll lighten up. All right, we're going to go all the way down. And like I said, things are going to be covering this up, so don't get too worried about, you know, is it going to be enough? Is it going to be too dark, too light? And then I'm going to show you a trick that I do. And I don't think it matters, but I do it anyway. So I don't think you have to do it, not on every project anyway. All right, maybe because this pen is running out. See how light it is down here and how dark it was up there? It's probably because it's running out of ink. But it lightened up. Okay. So there we go. And I'm not going to go back over it. I think it's dark enough. But a lot of times what I do is I bring back in the dark and I just go back over the lines again just to kind of, because it does lighten up. Oh, I'll do it. Why not? I'm right here. It does lighten up. Everything lightens up. So I just add another that's not blended over. So it just kind of gives it a little more depth. All right. Okay. Now is the easy part. So this is going to be our full cake that we're going to cut up. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to take the dark petal pink and I'm just going to go over the flowers. We're going to stick flowers over these, but just in case, you don't want a big old stark white flower underneath your sticker. So if something should happen, I'm not going to do them perfect because I don't plan my stuff to be falling off. But if it's not on just perfect and you can see under it, or they, you know how people might take a really close look and then it's looking all white underneath. I don't want that. So I just do the darker color if it's, you know, a light shade like this. And I'm just going to fill this in. So it looks nothing like what it's going to end up looking, but that's okay. So there is that. I even did these green. Now you could do those little buds in your color of your, oh, let's do it this time. Why not? We'll do these like their little flowers are going to bloom more. You could do them a different color if you want. I didn't want to do a different color. So these kind of look like they're blooms or baby's breath. You could do a different color, but I wanted everything to be kind of tone on tone, sort of. All right, and then these, I'm just going to take the light soft succulent, and we're just going to color that in. Same thing. This is all going to be covered up. All right, so we're just going to cover this up. So see, this one's going to look a little different because he's going to look like leaves and buds, whereas I did all green on those. So it's whatever you want to make it look like. All right, let's color this in. All right, now we're going to get on to the fancy coloring. So we're going to, oops, not that. We're going to come over here and I'm going to look, this one looks nice and crisp and dark. So let's do this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go in with my dark petal pink with the bullet tip. And I'm going to do the ends because we decided to do those as flowers. Okay, so we'll do those just on the tips. We'll do the dark. Okay, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the dark part, which is the center, and I'm going to do the center because we're putting a stone on it anyway. And we're just going to kind of come in at the bottoms of the flowers. I just kind of add. So that's a flower up there, a petal. I'm just going to add. Again, I am no expert in coloring. I just kind of figure it out. And then this looks like the petals flipped over on the edge there, so I'm going to do the outside dark. And I'm going to do that. This petal is flipped up also, so you're going to do the bottom. And then you've got that one. Okay, so make sure you get it all right there. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing down here. And I just kind of squiggle. This is the back. And then this is the inside here. This is the back. The back, those petals are flipped up. And I just do a little squiggle at the bottom. Just because it's shaded there, it's where it's darker. These two right here kind of look like they could be leaves, but they are petals of the flower. And then we're going to move down to this one. Same thing. Again, your edges right here look like they're flipped. Right here, right here. And this one's hard to tell, but I'm just going to make it a regular petal. Oh, put that one right there. Okay, so that looks, oops, right here. This one's the outside edge right there. So that looks good. But while we're here, we need that flower right there. So we're going to do the same thing. Just go around, put on your lines that they give you, color them. This is an edge, this is an edge, and then right there. Okay, that looks good. Oops, we got to do our little flowers up here and right here. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to bring in the light petal pink. That was dark. This is light. Bullet again. And now we're just going to kind of, oops, I want the bullet. What happened? Wrong end. We're just going to kind of go in circles. I'm not too worried about hitting everything because I want it to be kind of a petal pink and white. And so, oh, I think that was a leaf. Yeah, that one's a leaf. We'll cover over it with green. All right, so just kind of go through. It doesn't have to be super all over everything. So you can kind of see, well, right here I use the brush in. You don't want to use that because it makes it thicker right there. Okay, and now we're going to turn and same thing. Just kind of go over, get in the white spots there. Not really, you know, you don't have to like go over them a whole lot. My ink is kind of running out now, but just kind of keep going until you get it, you know, to look the look you want. All right, and it just kind of helps the blend of the darker. And so we'll just do this quick, knowing my ink is running out. You can hear it squeaking. It shouldn't squeak because mine is on its last leg. And then this one. But you can, I don't know if you can see the difference. It's really a light color. And sometimes you might be like, ooh, that is light. It's not going to look good. But now they look like they're kind of variegated flowers with a little bit of white and a little bit of the peach. Okay. So that's that for that one. All right, now we're going to do our leaves. So we're going to bring in the dark, which is the light evening evergreen. Can you refill markers? No, you cannot. They're $9 for 2. So when you get a set like this, they're $9. So it's really not bad. And trust me, when you get brand new ones, you're going to be like, oh, what did I wait so long for? Because they're so nice. I was a huge Copic person. I have every Copic. I do not use them. I really, really love that Stampin' Up! Has the markers that match the colors. And they work so nicely, I think. So I am thrilled with these. My poor Copics are just sitting there. But that's okay. So I'm going to go on the lines. And then I'm also going to just put a little tiny dash in the little tiny leaves. Okay, so I got to make sure they're leaves and not... Oh, I missed a petal. So the other one I did that one as a petal. This one is a petal. So, all right. So I'm not doing any extra shading towards the base of the leaves or anything like that because they're so little. We're going to just put the green right over the top of that one. All right. And so that looks good. Oops. Right there. Let's go back and get this leaf though. Where was it? Right here. So I'm going to do the dark. This outside is the dark. And then the inside. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to bring in the light soft succulent. The dark is a little too dark in between the evening evergreen and the light. You really don't need that. Oh, no problem, Debbie. You'll be able to watch the rerun. All right, so just kind of lightly go in there and just go right over the evening evergreen. It's going to just soften that up a little bit and blend it. And you want the light soft succulent because it does lighten up. Look at how it lightens up on there. And then you can kind of see the darker. And if you feel the need, once you go through this once, you could come back in with the evening evergreen and touch it up if you'd like to make sure your dark lines are still there. If you just lightly go over them and don't really like do a full hard color in, you should be fine. All right. This is such a beautiful set. Cherry, I'm glad you got it. It's so cute. I love it. There's only so many. I used to keep a lot. I used to keep almost everything. But now I don't. I just don't have room. And now that I do videos, I'm moving on to doing new stuff all the time. Or, you know, at least the current stuff so I can share with you what's out there. But I had to do this card. We have a wedding coming, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do this. And I knew I had this set, and it was, you know, fit in perfectly what I needed. And sometimes that happens. Like the fishing sets, any hunting stuff, I have that. Because I know I have a lot of guys in my family that do all that. So that's perfect. Baseball sets. My son was an avid baseball player all the way through college. He even played in the military, not for the military team, but they had a bunch of travel team type thing. Not travel, but, you know, recreational teams. Okay, so our flowers are, you know what, I don't think I did the dark inside here. There we go. Not that it matters. We're putting a stone over it anyway. So let's cut those up. Let me cut these really quick because I did not do that ahead of time. Look, I still have a bunch of stuff in here from before. All right, so let's do our dies. I already did that. I did the leaves. I need the full one here. And this is for the flowers. Look at that. So we're going to put this one on here. Just put it over there. So once I saw the flower dies, I was like, oh, heck yeah. So always be paying attention. Whenever there's something like this that comes up, I will post it on my Facebook page, my business one, Marcie Besecker Designs. So anytime, or I'll announce it. and let you know, oh my gosh, look you guys, we have dies for, you know, multiple sets now, like they did in this instance. And then that way, because you don't want to miss out. All right, let me cut these. Oh, I'm so glad I feel better today. Whew. Yesterday, I feel sorry for you guys with your Rise and Shine class. I mean, you can understand me and everything, but I was sniffling. I still have a bad cold, but it's so much better. All right, so let's put that back. And our flowers just pop out right here. Oh, I have tape everywhere. All right, so there's one set of flowers. And now I need to go back and get this one flower up here. So let's put this on right here. Make sure it's all nice and straight. And let me get that. Thank you, Debbie. Hi, Marcie. No worries. There was a few people that were late, including me. Oh, let's see. So on this one, you don't even have to go all the way through. I mean, if you wanted to do your other flowers, you could. But I just need that one flower, so I'm going to take this off. Okay. Leave my little pieces of tape over here because I will use them. What tape do you use to hold the dies in place? This is regular Scotch tape, but it is removable. So removable Scotch tape. And you can get it on Amazon. And then I had to get a pink holder so that I can find it. All right, so I'm just going to fold this back because I just need this. So what I do is I cut it like that. And then, excuse me. And then I'm just going to kind of go and make myself a leaf. And then same thing with this leaf. Ta-da! There we go. So there is our extra flower that we need. So now we're going to bring in our silicone mat and put this here. Let's add our plate. So, oops, we don't need this because look, this is what's going to happen. If you layer this up here, see what happens? You don't need that. So I leave the plate on there because that's where I'm going to glue. I'm just going to take this little guy right off. Okay, so just take that off. And then what I do is I put glue right along the edge. Somebody asked me not too long ago, what's the trick about getting your little glue bottle to work easily? Always keep it full. If I can keep it full, then you turn it over and you just start squeezing and it works great. What's the name of the stamp set? It looks familiar. It is retired. It is Happy Birthday to You. This one here. And then it came out with dies kind of in the middle of celebration. And so we were able, see there's the little rounded on the edge of the plate, and where this will go right on top of right there. So you can just go right there, right at the top of your platter. There we go. Now let's put dimensionals on here. Hi Julie, how are you? Oh yeah, pink holder is great because then you're like, you can find it. I try to keep mine in the same spot, but you know, sometimes it moves around the room a bit. And I put a few on here. I just want to make sure, you know, the area between the two is nice and secure. But other than that, it should be fine. I'm going to be sending out the Rain or Shine class video tonight. You guys should be getting your packages. Of course, Monday was a holiday. But other than that, that slowed them down a bit. But they're on their way. All right, so I start down here at the bottom. And I just lightly follow this. Because you have to tilt it just so to get it to cover. So I'm going to use my tweezers so I can see a little bit better. So here we go. Actually, I don't know if this is any better. Yeah, if I'm holding it like flat, not like this, but flat, then I think it's going to be better. You moved to Kentucky. All right, you're going to look at this one and this one at the same time. So you're going to do this. Okay, you want it to be right over it. Okay, and right over this up here. Okay, so you want to make sure you have it right on top of it because you don't really want to see what's below. But see how if it's sideways, you know, you just want, that's why I colored it, so that you can see, you know, not a white flower in there. So there's that. So that is this one. And now we're going to go ahead and adhere our cards together because now we're going to start layering the flowers up and everything. So let's go ahead and put dimension on the back of our panel. Make sure you're putting it on the right side. The right side meaning the wrong side. And I like to go in just a little bit because it's a larger panel. I don't want it to cave in the inside. So instead of putting them on the outside and then one on the inside, I just put them a little bit inward. Kind of saves on my dimensionals a little bit. All right. And I went with the smaller because I really wanted to see this. Also, this fern leaf is going up. It's really detailed right here, but there's a lot of detail down here. And because your cake is going to kind of cover up the top part. Ooh, I think I'm done coloring. I'm going to come out a little bit. And then we're just going to center this here. All right, now we're going to put dimensionals on our cake too because I'm hand delivering this. I don't care how thick it is. We're just going to, oops, make sure it is well made. It is not going to go anywhere. Put our flower, and then I'm going to put one right here. And then I'm going to take my mini dimensionals when I can find them. Right here. And I'm going to put one right here. I have this one here to kind of help with the base. And then I'm going to make sure that your lines are going across the bottom and top so it'll fit. This one really doesn't matter. And this one again across the top and bottom. Okay, yay. Let's do this one while we're here. We're going to put just 2 large ones. Okay. And I'm making them kind of a space away because we're going to be sticking flowers in there. Okay, so let's bring this back in. Ooh, make sure I put it on the right way. Take all of our dimensionals off. Trying to get them in the trash can. All right. I just had it right on the line, so I want it to be kind of where it's, oops, I'm going to move it over a little bit. Kind of where that's the base for it just to sit on. All right. Now, this one we're going to put at the bottom. And I like to do the leaves after I put the flowers down because I want to make sure that my flower is where I want it to go, and then that makes the leaves go outward and not under the flower. So I'm going to take my gold. This is what I did again with the little berries. So I just kind of stick everything where I think I want it to go. The darker is dark, so I'm going to put that in first. And you got to just kind of find your little area where you want to put it, because remember your dimensionals are back there. So you know they're going to go in by doing it this way. So I like to just kind of get an idea. Oh, I thought I put a light one up there, but maybe I didn't. Okay, well, we don't have to. All right, so I'm going to put this one like right here, coming down. Thank you, Carol. And then we're going to stick our green in there. And if you need to cut your stems down, by all means, do it. I like to leave them if I can, because it helps hold the glue. Oh, we're going to bring this one down. You know what? I did this one underneath. That's what I did. I did this one underneath so that it can intertwine with my gold. And then you can bring it like this, and you can put your leaves kind of like that. You know what I mean? Sticking out. So I actually held those together and stuck them in and glued them. And then we'll put the soft succulent kind of to the side a little bit right here. I want to see it because there's not one over here, so I want to make sure that one's on top. All right, so let's do this first. So if you can hold them and put them in together, that's fine too. So let's try that. So I'm just going to make sure I have glue on the top and the bottom. I don't care if they're stuck to the top of the cake or the bottom of the cake. But I'm going to go underneath and underneath the flowers and slide them in. Okay, we're going to slide, slide, slide. And slide the green. And then I just push them. I want to make sure they're staying in there. So they're either going to be stuck to the bottom or the top, but they're stuck to something. See? Can't pull them out. All right, so these, I didn't try to do these all at one time, but let's try. Why not? It seemed like it felt like it was way better than last night. I had the dimensionals were not placed where they should be. All right, so I'm going to take them like this. I'm going to go from the top, kind of pull them upward. You don't want to get them all over your cake or all over your flowers. You'll feel that you can just slide them underneath. Where is my pokey tool? I'm going to just lift this leaf up right here a little bit, and then just slide all those in. Okay, so now I have my green underneath my gold. You can still kind of move them around once you're right here. And so I think I'm going to pull my gold out a little bit. My gold and my darker green. There we go. There. I'm just going to put my green. There we go. Now everything is where I want it to go. So it's all kind of there. Now we're going to take our gold here and just wiggle it under. Remember, you're going to have two dimensionals here, so you're going to have to kind of come this way a little bit, which I'm fine with. So we're going to put that on here. Let's go there. And slide it under. Now remember, when you slide it under, you want to make sure that your branch isn't off the card, because you don't want the card to, you know, wrinkle up your pretty little branch right there. So do that. Hi, Lydia. Oh, good. I'm glad you have it. I just love this set. All right, then this one I'm going to do over here, but I want it a little more on the gold, I think. Like right about like that. So again, it's not going to peek out the other side. I don't care how long the stem is, as long as I can go underneath. And I'm going to go like this. Okay. I'm actually going to bring this leaf up. It's got glue on it, and that's okay. But I'm going to bring it up. So let's just wipe that off. Okay, so there we go. There's that one. And then we're going to take a soft succulent one and just go from the top down. So it looks like at a wedding, you know how they have the cake and they put little decorations around the end. You could, you know, also put just a little leaf over here or something to tie it in if you wanted to. Another little gold or something, but I'm just going to put it over here. Except my branch is running into everything else here on my stem. So we're going to cut it. It's probably running into all of the stems that I have in there now with glue, so that's fine. I'm going to put a little bit on top just in case. And I'm just going to stick it under right there. Okay. By pushing it down, if it sticks underneath your flower, it kind of pulls it up, and it's kind of nice because it's, I want to make sure this one's in there. Because it just gives it that little more dimension. But see, be careful of this down here. Make sure it's in your card. All right, so there's that part. Now we need not to throw the dies all over because mine are popping out everywhere. All right, so let's do Happiness Abounds. Let's do the inside. Hope we don't screw it up because I did not do it first, which I should have done. I just make sure it's super inky. And if you feel like it, you could stamp it off first on a piece of paper. Make sure it's okay, but I'm pretty good. This doesn't lay very flat because it's very fluffy. So hold this with your fingers down here. So when you have your stamp like this, make sure you hold this down and then come in because it's not flat because your other side of your paper is like way up there. So just make sure you hold that. And then we'll go in with our sentiment. Thank you, Mary. There we go. Beautiful, fun cursive. Not like my writing at all. And there's that. Okay, now we've got to put our goodies on here. So I have my pouch of beautifulness here. And the large stones I thought were too big and too gaudy. So I went with the medium ones, which have little pieces all over the place. So I did those in the middle. And I wasn't sure I was going to do that because I thought, I don't want them to look, you know, too weird. And I'm trying to, this is weird, I know, but there's some with a lot of yellow and there's some with a lot of pink. And I'm going with the ones that are in between. That aren't a lot of yellow or a lot of pink, just kind of in between the two. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to come in with the little ones and I'm just going to add, oops, hello, my little sequins here, or my little jewels. I'm going to put this one like right here. And I want them to have to look for them. You know, I don't want to just have them all out there and gaudy. Just kind of, you know, tuck them in here, hide them there. And then there you go. I just wish you guys could see this in person. It looks completely different. I mean, it's on screen, it's pretty, but in person, they're just so pretty. But see how the cake really lightens up. And you're covering the most of it anyway. So there is your card. Just kind of, you know, play with it. I like to look at the wedding invitations and kind of see what their theme is. And then maybe go with something close to that. That way I think it just lets them know that you're paying attention. And, you know, oh, I forgot an important part. Hold on. Oh, I like to do this before I put it on too, but we're going to do it anyway. Just add your Wink of Stella on your flower. Okay, I just did the big flowers. I didn't do the little flowers. But be careful. You know how sometimes our Wink of Stella gets a little excited and comes out. So, okay, there we go. Whew. Can't forget that. All right, there we go. Yay. All right, now it's done. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can get the light on it just so. Well, it's kind of hard to see. And you know, it's funny because you can't even see the petal pink. I mean, I can't. Maybe you guys can. But it's just so pretty in person. So there we go. See, 2 wedding cards now. One is spoken for, and the other one is whoever I know next that's getting married. But if it's somebody that I don't have an invitation, like, you know how sometimes you get an invitation and you kind of think about it and you do a card. And then at other times it's like you're not going to the wedding, or it's, you know, a friend of my husband's at work or something. Then I have one ready to go that's absolutely beautiful, but it may not match, you know, whatever. You could even add some little leaves or flowers down here too, and to really fill it up. But I wanted to make sure you could see the cake. Oops, let's go this way. So that you can see the cake and it's not just looks like a bouquet of flowers. So kind of think about that when you're doing it. Let's see. Thank you, Mary. Thanks, Deborah. Thanks, Kathy. So I just had so much fun with this, and now, you know, I'm so excited. I remember getting, when my husband and I got married, one of his coworkers made cards. And she made me a card and gave it to me in a plastic box. I have it somewhere. In a plastic box, and it was all, you know, just the nicest card. And I was like, oh my gosh. But it was like a super thick, you know, like layery card. And so you never know. Some people may, this is a young couple, but you never know. Some people may just say, oh, I've got to keep this card. Which I hope they do, but it's okay. I made it for them. They can do what they want. All right, everybody. Thank you again so much for waiting for me. I am so sorry for being late. I'm going to have to switch my times. I think I might move Sunday to 5:30 so I can keep them both at 5:30, because I don't know how I forgot that. But that way it's a little easier too on the East Coast people. So I want to, you know, help with that. Thank you, Deborah. I will. I'm super excited to see my granddaughter. Oh, thanks, Steph. Yeah, I can imagine. I see other cards too, and I'm thinking, oh, I bet that is gorgeous in person, because it just doesn't come across the same. But hopefully you guys get the idea. So, oops, this is the one we just did. Oh, right there. Did you see that? My light hit it just right. Well, anyway, hopefully you get an idea of the sparkle and the fun. All right. Oh, good, Melanie. Thank you, Sherry. I expect that you're going to make a card like that, or sort of. It's a beautiful set. Yeah, check my store. I may have some. So when you go, like you do when you sign up for classes, and if you just go down, it'll say retired items. Click on there. I might have some. I don't know. If I do, I will raffle one off when I return. So I will not be here Sunday because I will be enjoying the weather in Oregon. And then on Wednesday, fingers crossed, I will be here. But we're coming home late Tuesday night. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to do anything for Wednesday, but we may just have to come up with something. So watch my Facebook page, Marcie Besecker Designs. That's where I will post saying if I will be live or not. And that's where I post specials. That's where I post my host code and all kinds of information. I mentioned that I was going to talk about joining. If you are interested in joining, you only have 6 days left. I would love to have you on my team. Please know there is no pressure. You do not have to do anything. Oh, sorry, my nose. I know it's a demonstrator. The word probably scares people away. You do not have to demonstrate. All you have to do is demonstrate how smart you are, that you are getting a discount on your crafty products. So who can argue with that, right? If hubby says you can't join, blah, 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 say, but I get a discount. And so something to think about, and I highly recommend it, and I would love to have you on my team. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I know I'm traveling and I know I'm going away, but please message me, Marcie at marciebeseckerdesigns.com, if you have any questions. And I would be happy to help you. I'm going to have a lot of downtime. My granddaughter has school, my kids have work, so don't worry about that. My hubby's going to be helping with some honeydews around her house that she doesn't have the tools for or can't do. And so I'm going to be checking my email and doing my business. So I hope to hear from you. Have a fantastic week. I hope to see you next Wednesday. Bye, everybody.